Hey guys, just wanted to post something quick. I haven't put anything up in a few days, and I just wanted to do this for fun. We are gonna see if I can hit over 1.5 million damage here, or something like that. Um, yeah, so fun shit. Just because maybe do some PvP or something after. I don't know, but it's early in the week. There's really nobody to fight against. So here comes the Lee, the invincible Lee. I want to get the side advantage in here too. Code direction. Alright. Alright, well, this has 11 ticks. Nice. Oh man. I love playing, abusing like the mechanics in this game. It's really I hope that's enough to get up to level 70 now that I'm using her. Clever bots. For only is not an OP combo, it's one or the other. The answer is Lee. And computers make some pretty bad decisions. Seen below. Still haven't got my compensation reward yet. I'm really wondering what's up with that. Put in a ticket, no idea. Oh, there it is. Sweet. I'm gonna save that so I can do an opening with the rest of the guild, I guess. Well, I guess we can just do it. I'm gonna get an A rank set anyway. Okay, what sets do I need? It would be nice to have a Trinity set, I think. Maybe a second Omni set right now. But the only set I really think I want is the God of Massacre. So I know there's something that's good that I'm thinking of. I actually wouldn't be mad if I got a Shadow Ruler set, to be honest. Just because it would be really cool to have 5 of those one day into the infinity distant future. Extra client sets would always be welcome. Yeah, so an Omni set would be awesome. God of Massacre set would be like the greatest thing in my life. We are going to put the bets down though. I'm thinking that I'm going to get, oh, you know what, I'm going to get a Gold Tiger set just because I have 14 of them. That's what I'm going to get. Alright, I'm putting my money on either the Gold Tiger for S. I'll put one for each. So Gold Tiger for S. I'm definitely going White Knight's Oath for A. You know what? I could use that. It's going to be the Hellish Flames Guide. Alright, so it's going to be the Hellish Flames Guide. It's A. It's going to be the Gold Tiger for S. And if I get an SS set, it's totally going to be... Is there actually any bad ones? I guess Rabov's Great Strategy. Is that... Like, that's out, right? Like, I don't think anybody would ever want to spend money on it. I don't think it's a bad, terribly bad set. Because those are modifiers. It's a lot. It's just terrain and direction are... Like, I guess would be good for ice characters in PvP, but I don't know. I also don't know if it increases it by 19% as a flat amount, so it's a 19% modifier. That adds on to your current strategy direction or terrain. So, like, say you had ice terrain of 20%, it'd be 39%. No, I don't know if it does that or it just adds onto the after effect. I would assume it was the stronger of the two. Oh man, I feel like I should just save this thing until this comes out. Now that the Klein set came out, like I don't know why they would release the Klein set and still not release the God of Massacre set. The God of Massacre set looks like it's the only thing that everybody would just need to be rich to come and buy, and everybody would totally go for it. Alright, I love my guildies, they're so cool. Alright, so... What the hell was I doing? Yeah. Alright, so before I... Just gonna tease everybody and make them wait a little bit longer before I open it. That's sexy. Maybe I should just leave her at 69 until she levels up naturally. Shoot. I'm not using a Chaos Soul on that. Frig. I write enough stuff. Oh, that's more than enough. Hooray! Hey, if everybody's watching can do me a favor and chant Sov, Sov, Sov right now. Really appreciate it. Oh wait, gotta put the best down. Oh, somebody just got amazing stuff. That means I'm not going to get anything. 6 days. Okay, I guess I shouldn't wait that long. Wonder what I got. I'm never going to know now. I'm going to have to close my eyes and just hope. Oh, yay. Oh, I guess that's not that terrible, but still. Like, it's good for PvE. Pretty good for PvE. Oh, somebody got that crap. Wow, they got it at the same time. Oh man, Julio, he could have had the thing I had. Terrible. Wow, all these people are getting it right now. Nice. Poor Crow. This is a good set for Klein. If the Klein set didn't exist. Alright, anyway. What can we actually do here? Maybe talk about some PvP heroes. Some little formation things going into the future. Okay, so now that that's done out of the way, I'm actually just grateful to have gotten a free 5-star set. Even an A rank set, if you actually wanted it, would cost you a fortune to get. Nobody good? Right. There's a couple things that are big changes in PvP right now. One, for some reason, everybody is allergic to hit rate. It's like it's this cancerous thing, so nobody's stacking it anymore. It's kind of become this thing where, like in the top ranks, everybody has just decided, well, I don't really need hit rate because nobody is running dodge characters anymore. Which is semi-true, but you should still, like, you shouldn't think to yourself, well, I'm gonna have to have a different set every single time. Well, that was nice. I forget what his defense was. I know his health was in the 70Ks. Ah, it's so nice being able to just do this. Serenity is awesome. Except right here. Oh, that's right, I'm OP. I forget that sometimes. Okay, yeah, so let's just look at hero formations right here. Oh, wow, when did my battle score get over 130? Frick, what did I do? You don't want to be that high. It's bad. Like, you could have just the same up. Well, that's what I did. Put the gold tiger on Bearman. Now I got all sets for him. It's nice. Am I all sets for everything? Nope. Got some pieces missing here. Deliberately. I don't need the third piece. I think brooches are actually just not that great for a lot of sets. Like, they're cool to have because I have this hero that does like a crap ton of damage and all that, but we're kind of into the refining points now, so it's not always great. Like, if I had a brooch here, then I wouldn't be able to have max mastery. But these are new. Gotta get some defense on that. And gotta get some crit rate on that. I might actually just... Whatever. We got all week. Let's see if we can get an orange damage or a higher crit rate. I think I'm still missing 3% crit rate, so I'm going to actually need to get it on this bow. Well, there it is. But I just lost 8% damage, so that sucks. What can we destroy? Well, I have this whole set. Should have a few extra pieces, too. Alright, so I need one chest piece for a second one. These spears, I swear to God, are pissing me off so much. Wait, I need to make an exchange so I can make just 2 full sets. That'd be nice. Just like, honestly, I would actually pay like $500-600 if I could guarantee that I would get 5 of these. Like, every time. It'd be so awesome. Just to have like extra 10,000 defense on all your characters and an extra, what is it, 12,000 attack. Oh, yeah, 5 characters. So 12,000 attack. It'd be so cool. I wouldn't have to use my PvP heroes for the tower. I'd throw one on Jack, I'd throw one on Mu, I'd throw one on Tao, I'd throw one on Lena for sure, and I guess maybe Ekaterina. I don't know. I'd make like an ideal like boss crushing team, like all heroes with weakening. I was thinking about instead of using Jack and going into the future, I might just give a Ghost Step set if I can get enough pieces. Ghost Step set pieces to Jin, Tao, and Lena, so they can just go weakening onto the boss, and then I can just have Lee go in there and hit the boss for like 8 million damage, and then we're good. Because weakening doesn't work on percentage. But the numbers that we can do output-wise with some characters are high enough that you could actually probably exceed the 20% total with a lot of characters. I could definitely do it with Lee, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about how I ruined my bow by 8% damage. We're talking about characters in PvP, this thing called the meta, how it changes, and where it's going and what's happening. Alright, so the first thing is we're going to look at a character called Ekaterina. This hero that I'm in no hurry to level up at all. Not because she's not completely broken as hell. She's definitely probably the best thing that's ever happened to this game. In the sense that I think that she's actually going to balance the game. So, we've looked at her skills before. No big secret here. She's a good hero. I think I am going to be going for third skill first over second skill, just because I'm it's hard. Like, it's really hard because she's really got 2 third skills. They're both so awesome. But this is that much with this character going into PvP. If you're at the lower stages, if you're at the lower stages and you get Ekaterina, that's amazing. What hacks did you use, and how do I get them? Well, I guess I have real life hacks, so I don't need them. But she's got all these great. My prediction is that these are going to be more PvE related skills. Because I think it's actually impossible for her to get 4 charges unless killing an enemy grants her charges per enemy. Sorry, with using her first skill. If she uses her first skill, then it's more of a setup thing. If it's a 2-turn setup, that's kind of really disheartening, to be honest, that it's like that. But the charges turn start, skill use, and kill. So if her turn started, she used a skill and she got a kill with it, that's only 3. The one thing, it's potentially 4. So that'd be great. Anyway, she's got some really cool mechanics to her. She looks like she might be a little bit finicky, a little bit tricky to use. But the thing about the skill is that she gets the sweet spot on the square map for slot 2. So teams that don't run Serendi, Ekaterina is probably going to be in like all of them, to be completely honest. I'm putting her as a slot 2 or slot 3 for obvious reasons. I don't want to drop Lee, but I think that the excessive power that Scissor has right now is going to be really knocked down by Ekaterina. Her release at the same time as Decline set, I think, is pretty significant, because she could really bring the freaking pain. Her hitbox is crazy because it's like what it will do in slot as slot 2 in the higher level PvP. You get a Pathfinder set on her for the 5 movement. It will be able to put her in a position where kind of like the Serendi counter position, where like I put my Serendi in the spot to hit their 1st and 4th slot, but that opens their my Serendi up to be attacked by another Serendi while they're also attacking my tank. She takes that same position, and will shoot both ways. But because her hitbox is so wide, she will hit the third slot and the fourth slot instead of just the fourth slot. Now, what's really important about that little situation is that Yekaterina does that on auto. So if you get just a single extra movement on her, she will do that every single time. It's just what she's programmed to do every single time. There's really nothing that you can do about that. So you're gonna, like, if you're running a scissor tank like me, my turn 1 is probably gonna have to start changing. Well, Lee's got 4 movement now. I can one-shot their slot 2 here with Lee, but now I'm bringing Lee close to the tank, so am I going to be sacrificing Lee for Yekaterina? So it's going to be that kind of choice. Now, I don't think that she'll be able to one-shot a Bearman, but who knows? Like her damage is probably going to be mediocre in terms of like the tip-top levels of Lee here. Or even compared to Deb's going to hit harder than Yekaterina. But she's got these great hitboxes and these awesome skills. Also, if she can get her flat damage to trigger at all, then I think it's like 35,000 damage. So she's going to be freaking tearing things up. She probably will need the Klein set to be super viable in PvP, just because things are really competitive right now. There's a lot of really, really strong heroes. But I'm pretty excited about this hero. I think that her incorporating into a second slot kind of like blows up diversity for teams. I think one thing that's going to happen with this is that stun is actually going to be somewhat useful in PvP if she comes in. Now, I don't want to get into too much detail explaining that, but right now stun is kind of useless. Like I think I have stun immunity on Bearman that I got by accident. Yeah, and I think about re-rolling it all the time. To be honest, it doesn't do anything. It's some defense I don't have, and nothing ever stuns Bearman. Like never. Like nobody uses anything with stun, and there's never a time where I feel like if I don't have stun immunity, it's going to actually hinder me from winning. Like, could be some people in Dimensional Breakthrough that need to stun me, you know, and I'm just getting in some people's way to be able to farm the Dimensional Breakthrough, and I don't want to be the bad guy. But it's kind of a useless thing. Like, Deb, for example, gets to use all her potentials to get an extra, what is that, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, about 18% crit rate. You know, Bearman would be going for defense, but still, like, they're significant. Like, some potentials are very significant in what they can do for your stats. What do I have here? Like, with Deb right now, I really wish that I had an extra Pathfinder. Like, I'm getting to the point where I just wish I had Pathfinders instead of Ghost Steps. Ghost Steps are awesome for PvE, and they're good for PvP too, but like a Pathfinder set is just so much more useful. Like you don't, like, it gives you so much stats, and it gives, like, this is the crit set. You know, it's perfect. If this boot was only a chess piece, it would be awesome. Because, you know, the defensive set. Brooch, chess piece, and sword. So, like, at least the battle suit pieces are bow, though they are also brooch. And the set gives a huge amount of hit rate if you have the whole thing, so I guess that's a thing too. But like, I really would rather have another Pathfinder, to be honest, and I am unwilling to invest in getting one at all. Like, I'm not going to have these Ghost Step set pieces and just not use them. That seems fucking crazy to me, so I'm not doing that. I do like this set, though. Like, sometimes I'll just switch this onto Lee instead of the Pathfinder set. It's just I lose a crap ton of crit. Like, I get the crit rate from here, but I don't actually have crit rate on this sword. And you know what? Whatever. Do I have the potions? Maybe I'll take one roll at it because I have these potions right now. Because this is actually a stronger set to have for me in terms of straight damage. Counter damage, hooray! Well, at least it's orange, so now the piece looks pretty. But this is a really good. I got really good potentials on this. Sword's not perfect. This bow is perfect. Just I wish that crit rate was still a little bit, even 1% higher, and I probably would have been able to get max crit. Anyway, wait, I already do have max crit by like a lot because it just re-rolled my potential. Oh man, now I have to rethink some of these other potentials. Maybe if I have the crit on this, I can switch the ghost step over to Lee. Sorry, I know I'm doing that thing again where I just got completely lost in thought, and the whole video gets ruined. But that's just going back to the PvP and the formations. We have this core team right now, is what I'm going with. I like my old team better, where Deb used to be Kai and Chenny was Lee. Lee is badass and Super Saiyan and everything like that, but Chenny was average height, you know? And that was kind of a thing. Kai was so dominant, and it was a good 2-2 split team. There was really good balance with it. There was literally nothing that it couldn't beat. The only downsides I ever had was if I accidentally got Chenny killed on the on the Glacier map, which, pro tip, Lee just doesn't ever die on the Glacier map. He just kills everything that comes up to him. Now my Lee is pretty OP though. But there's like characters that are very commonly used. Chenny, Kai is kind of a little bit on the on and off right now because a lot of people are playing with defense now that it's super stacked. The odd person will still use Moo. A lot of people using Jack obviously because he's just like if you're playing the game through and you are not using Jack for anything, then there's something wrong. So you might as well use him for a tank if you don't want to build another one. Tao doesn't see any play. Carrot, very limited play only in the lower ranks. Chris sees some play, but I don't think she should, seeing as how her passive just gets her killed. Sorry, her third skill just gets her killed. If Aaron Sun comes back, Momo and Chris both will get to see some mining time again. Unknown had like his week of being. Nobody's using healers. Tons of people using Jenny. Scissor team, all scissor team, super good against Jenny because she is so strong right now if she has a client set. Client set was one of those extremely amazing and direct buffs. Like I wouldn't myself be using Deb ever over any hero if it wasn't for the fact that she's got a client set. The client set just is so game breaking that I would feel that I would be an idiot if I wasn't using it for somebody, and I'm not making a paper team because I don't want to fold like paper. Jenny and Angela, very common. Lena is on a lot of teams, and she is a strong hero. I do think that she's more suited to PvE than PvP, but percent HP damage plus weakening, well, I guess ignore the weakening, just go percent HP damage and high crit rate, like, so she's able to, well, I guess, 16, that's only about 16,000 more damage to 100k HP hero. Well, her mechanic isn't as game-breaking as some of the other characters, like Fro, who just gets 20% more crit damage, but Elena does see quite a lot of play. She's very useful. Fro is just... DBs kind of makes him hard to be, but he's a strong hero. Rage? Rage is seeing lots of play right now. Let's see. There are a couple people actually using their Katarina. Is there anybody else even worth mentioning? Cleo is not seeing a ton right now, but there's a few people still using her religiously. In the top 20, I guess. Arguably, potentially on and off top 10s. Some people playing with Pony in the lower ranks. Dominique is definitely in a lot of teams because there's just so little hit rate right now. A lot of people not using very much hit rate. A couple people using Jilin. I'm pretty sure one of my guildies, Kazuna, uses Jilin in his team. And the rest just generally don't see play. Oh, actually, you know what? Raboff. A couple people using Raboff because of some reason. Pro tip, if you have 85 defense, 85% defense Raboff, my Lee will still kill you in one shot. Isn't that an interesting fact? Alright, anyway, now, a lot of these heroes, very good in different situations. Like any hero I just mentioned is top of tier 2 or tier 1. At whatever it is that they're doing. Raboff, I don't think he's got much hope because Scissor is so dominant right now. But if you're looking for a second paper and you don't want to use Cleo, like Cleo's passive kind of makes her the ideal, but you're kind of investing into a one hero with her. Though she's got some really good effects if the person doesn't have the immunity. So it's a kind of like playing the slot machine. Sometimes she's great, and other times she just can't do the damage, and then she gets killed. But her passive is going to really pump up Jenny for sure. But a lot of these heroes, they all have the same kind of problems. All of these heroes just get one shot by Lee. That's a problem. It's a huge problem. No, that's not the problem. To make the formations work with these heroes, there's very few ideal positions to put them all in. Like Jenny, Angela, slot 1, slot 3, or even slot 1, slot 2, very good. Now I think Angela would be a better slot 3, especially going into the future. I think Paper is getting a big buff with Yekaterina. If a lot of people start running Yekaterina, and that is something that I think is really notable. Right now, I think that Scissors has a huge advantage because the Rock heroes are great, just not the best. Like, to me, I think the best tank in the game is Bearman by a long shot. PvP tank, I think right now Bearman is the best because almost everybody's using Paper and Scissors. Very few people running slot 1 Rock, meaning Scissors is just the one that's got the best type to deal with it. And Bearman's got the aggro of like the most amazing champion of all time. Lee is the strongest attacker in the game by a lot. Even with the client set, Jenny cannot touch Lee's damage. Not I would be somebody with higher attack than my Lee, especially fully buffed. They would also need to have the Glacier set because we're gonna make this a fair comparison. Lee's got the Glacier advantage, and it is the most commonly used terrain in PvP. It is what it is. Like, Swamp is cool to have for getting through, but Ice is good for doing the damage. But characters like Jenny and Angela are amazing. It's just generally they're attacking scissor type heroes, which gives them a 30% reduction. So that's not an ideal thing to happen, ever. Where scissor heroes are only ever attacking rock heroes that are generally easy to kill. Like, the most popular rock heroes are Jack. Obviously, he's not that easy to one-shot, but he's not going to one-shot you either, and you can probably two-shot the Jack. Like, there's no Jack that can one-shot my Lee currently. Just doesn't exist right now. But there's, I think, 3 or 4 Jacks that can survive a shot from my Lee. Currently, I haven't tested it yet because I just got my Omni set today. 2 pieces for the 15% buff, and I just rolled my damage percentage off, so hopefully I can roll a new damage percentage in the near future. And then hopefully I can re-roll maybe one of my potentials into mana or something like that. Be really nice. But Paper is kind of at a huge disadvantage right now because they've got all these great heroes, extremely useful, extremely strong heroes, but they just don't fit in right now in an oversaturated scissor environment. Now, with Yekaterina, like slot 1 Rage, slot 3 Ekaterina, for example, would be a good. Well, now you have in slot 1 and 3, you've got Rock and Rock. Or if you go maybe slot 1, you can do like a little bit of a combination. You can go slot 1, slot 2, Cleo, and then you have like a Katarina slot 3 and Jack in slot 4, so you're going paper rock. There's or sorry, Yekaterina slot 2, maybe Angela slot 3. She would be better because if somebody else is using Yekaterina when they go to attack the tank, then Angela takes less damage. She's also very tanky in general from their Yekaterina, or from their Serendi, or depending on like things are obviously very subjective to the other person's team, but these are just kind of blow up predictions of what's going to be going where. Scissors is going to be just kind of indirectly being nerfed with the addition of Yekaterina, because I think that with the Klein set also, she becomes extremely, extremely powerful. And that's just bad news because a lot of, well, let's see, area attack type heroes. Area attack type heroes, just going to go through all of them. Wang is probably the worst one in the game. Kitty is one of the best PvE. Maybe she'll even get some PvP time now that the Klein set's out. So you never know when a broken as hell set comes out like this. That could change so many things. So Kitty. Who else do we have for area type? Alfred, of course. Rena. Jenny. I guess Deb, that makes it. Man, there's got to be like 7 that I just missed. There's no way there's that few. Anyway, those heroes are all like very extremely strong. You should consider them pseudo tier 1 because the possibility of them having a Klein set makes them stronger than a good 95% of all the other heroes in the game. Kind of lost my thought there for a minute. Oh, was Persona? No, Persona's balance. But like the formation I'm using right now was I got the Klein set and now I'm kind of stuck with it. I really don't know exactly what I'm going to do to deal with the Ekaterinas going into the future. To be completely honest, if I had to drop any character, it would probably be Bearman. And I would just go no tank. I'd put a Ghost Step slot character in slot 3 and 4 maybe for defense. And I would just go all attackers. Just because it's hard to deal with teams of all attackers for like a lot of people. Because nobody uses a freaking real tank that has aggro. Or very few do anyway, which I just don't understand. Aggro is OP. Just watch my Tower 110 video and tell me aggro is not like the only reason I didn't get killed. But like my formation is very tight because there's very limited heroes that I could put in the places, and they all come with baggage. Like there's no way I'm not going to use a Klein set. There's just zero way. So that only gives me Ekaterina and Deb. And I'm probably going to go with Ekaterina. I can't use Jenny because then I need another paper. So then I'm going to have to drop Serendi, for example, for Angela. Maybe put Jenny slot 2, Angela slot 3. Maybe Jenny slot 1 and put Lee slot 2, because then I wouldn't have to focus so much on his movement. But now I don't have a way to buff Lee. So like I come with issues everywhere I go. And the thing is, the formation that I have now has a rehearsed this kills everything, every team, all the time kind of thing going for it. The only thing that I need is a Eldricus Trinity set on Bearman and a God of Massacre set on Lee. Give the Omni set to Serendi. And that's it. Like, other than that, I can't think of needing anything at all. With the exception of maybe another Pathfinder, because it's way better than the Ghost Step set. Well, I guess just for me. It's going to depend a lot on what stage you are at in the game and who's doing what, like who you're fighting against in your ladder. But for me, I definitely need to have all my characters that are the squishy attackers to have at least 100,000 health. What kind of bullshit is that, right? Anyway, let's just pretend the people that we're going to fight are actually stronger than they are. I don't know if there's going to be anybody to fight against. I don't know why people just constantly attack me. Do people just want to attack me? Like, I got 16 defenses. I don't know. I don't know who these people are that are just like, well, I just want to see how strong this team is. And then they just start the battle to get killed. Maybe they're just doing it for their daily things. It doesn't help me. I just want to make that clear right now. You're not helping me by losing to me. So if you're some person who's like trolling me around, just attacking me to see how fast my team will kill your team, don't. Dust Bear. Alright. Kai and Slot 1 might get some play one day. The Pathfinder gives OP range. Yeah. Without the Pathfinder, you can't actually hit this slot with Lee or any 5 range hero on that extremely small list of Lee and Carrot. Well, might as well just see how much that Chunny can do to my Lee. What I like about Serenity is that she is already capable of doing enough damage to a squishy attack E-like character. In the late stages of the game, like, you know, Beast Rain, Dasamir set, whatever you want to call, put on your characters, like your end game goal. Serenity is strong enough to just do that. She doesn't need her charm, and her hitbox, I think, is more important than her skill. Her skill chance. Though it is nice to find out what tanks don't have charm immunity. Take advantage of it. Another thing I really like about this team is that I've got great hitbox coverage. The only thing I had, obviously, way better area control with Chunny Kai, like an absurd amount more. Yeah, if I could change Deb to work like Kai, I would be very happy. I think I'll PvP all week. Maybe I'll do the PvP challenge again, and I won't use these overpowered heroes. I'll just use all noob heroes. Who can we use here? Maybe we'll keep him just because, like, he does have 2 pieces of a beast strain on him now. Whatever, it's not like he's gonna attack much anyway. I'm not paying them crystals. I think I got normal gear on Kai now. Using a fodder piece of Dasamir. I think I got another one. Yeah, I got 2 extras. Oh, that's actually pimp. Now that I think about it. I could have a full 5-man team of Dasamirs, the way that I have it in PvE. Anyway, so maybe we'll leave Bearman, the good barreled tank. Maybe I'll play Classic, because I don't have good stuff on Chenny at all. Like, now she's like, alright, well, might as well make use of these sets that are only good for DB for DB. I don't know, though. I still have the 4 movement with the Ghost Step, and one with the Lapid Chaser. I think that would be a little bit OP. Well, I would rather drop the swords and stuff and the mace. Well, whatever. No, Chenny's got to be off the list. I do want to go Classic team. And then maybe... Can't lose Serendi. Darn it. Whatever. We're fighting noobs right now, so... I'll let people revenge this team and get some point. I can say how they beat me. It'll be fun. Oh man, the good old days. Good old days. So we're going to be doing this with basically my 2 characters that killed everything now don't have beast reins. That should be fun. It's fun because my tank has a beast rein, and my support has a Dasso and a beast rein. Oh man, Chenny is by. Ooh, I wonder what Aaron got. Gotta check that. Oh, wait, what? You got it too? 9k attack. Oh, the set effect. And I'm so bad typing on this. Okay. Oh man, hey, you remember when I did this like religiously every single match? Oh, those were the days. Can't use Serenity to attack, it's too broken. This person probably has like 30k battle power less than me anyway. Oh no, I can't move. Am I charmed? Nah. You know what? From looking back from a distance, Kai's new picture for his armor, like his face is very similar to the same color as his armor, so it kind of makes him look like Ilkira from Bleach. Oh man. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh man, I gotta kill the Kai. He does the damage," but no, it's the Bear Man. This team's gonna trip everybody out. I hope I get revenged by a bunch of people and I win. Oh, oh, sorry. We're gonna watch this. Open, Lord. Open it up. Lord apparently has the like. Sorry, I know it's not out, Lord. He's so cool. Unfortunately, his luck is absolutely terrible. Oh, that's new. Oh, an enemy kill. That might actually be semi-useful. That would be great for, I guess, Lee. I think so. Yeah, it's a Lord. It is useless. It's a sword. You know, it's a sword. Oh, it's HP dodge. Oh well. Anyway, I guess we all got trolled by Nexon. They just disabled S rank sets, SS sets for the reward give out. Seems like something they would do. Alright, anyway, back into some PvP. Gonna use up my last two swords. And then I'm gonna switch my team. If somebody revenges me, to get to revenge. Oh man, my BP is still 120k. Gotta do something about this. Just drop Bear Man. There we go. Wait. I actually have to have a fourth member? Oh, that's bullshit. Still using a tank. Alright. Oh, he's got forced. What the hell? Okay, I guess we can't have fun anyway, so. Yeah, I'm just gonna end that here. Video's probably long enough.